Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel where I like to share any and all things that bring me joy, hence the name Sharelation. A few videos ago, I revealed or shared this Cartier card holder that my son purchased for me for Mother's Day a couple years back now. It was just sometime during the pandemic. I think it was 2020, or was it for my birthday? My memory is horrible these days. Who here can relate? Especially with the years of the pandemic that we've been going through. It's just, everything is just sort of jumbled together. But with that being said, I hope everyone is safe, healthy, and of course happy. So I wanted to do a little quick comparison of this card holder versus the most recent card holder that I've been using on a day-to-day basis. So of course this is a Chanel sort of zippy card holder in the caviar finish in a beautiful bold red. It is like a champagne gold hardware. So anyway, I've been using this, and for of course privacy purposes I took all my contents out, and I'm going to show quickly the contents of what can fit in both of these. So I brought out 10 credit card sized cards. These are cards that my kids have won from Dave & Buster's and various arcades. So those of you who are moms out there with boys or girls will probably recognize these. So there are 10 of these cards here, and I just wanted to quickly show you what can fit in each of them, just to give you a sense of the differences and maybe the similarities. I haven't tried this myself yet, but let's give it a shot. So let's start with the Cartier card holder. Admittedly, I don't use this as much. If you check out my video where I reviewed this or shared this, you'll understand why. And I'm trying to really preserve as much as I can this item so it stays in pristine condition. So I'm starting from the very back pocket. It can fit more than one, but I really don't want to stretch the leather out. So for now, I'm just going to put one card here, another in the slot in front, and another in the slot in front of that. So there are 3 over here. If I flip this around, there are another 2 card slots here. So one on the top and another on the bottom. Okay. There's no back pocket. Now the front here has this zip closure, and you can see that, as I pointed out in my first video, it stops right here, and there's quite a bit of space that doesn't really allow you a lot of flexibility, but I can manage to get a card or 2 in there, literally just a card or 2. It's already very tight. You can see I'm sort of forcing my way in, but not to the point where I think I'm scratching the item, but you can see it does fit, you see here, but I just have to angle it. Let's try another card. See, it fits, but now it's getting very, very tight, and I do feel like I'm scratching it a little bit. So let's say 2 at most here. So there's 2 here, plus these 2, there's 4, 6, and then there's a 7th here. So if I really want to stretch it, I can put an 8th card. Now if I just close it like this, of course this closes, and I snap it closed, you can see there is a little bit of a width to it, like this, but it's still manageable. I can probably fit 2 more here just in the middle slot, but it would probably have to be, yeah, just on one side of it, just so it doesn't, stretch it out further when I'm closing it. I have here, 3 $20 bills. Pretty sure it's 3. Yeah, so 3 bills that I can just fold in half and put it probably in the front here. It still has some room, but I wouldn't stretch it further than that. So when I close it, you can see it does close, not a big problem, but you can see that it does have some bulk to it. And if you can see here the reflection, you see the outline of the card in the back because I put 2 there. So now if I take one out, it will probably be a little bit better. You can still see a little bit, but it's not protruding as much. And if, of course, I take it out. the second card out, it will be much better. See? Okay, so this shows that this card holder can fit 10 cards. I probably wouldn't recommend putting 2 cards in here, although it's doable. So let's take each out carefully. I would probably put, just folded up paper, like, insurance information or something in the front, just so it's not as hard to, take in and out of the card holder, because it is a little difficult to get it out of the zippered compartment. And here, now because I emptied the whole thing, I can sort of go like that. So 10 cards, I wouldn't really go beyond more than that. So let's give this one a shot. I have a feeling I will not be able to fit 10 cards in here because although I love the look of this, and of course I love Chanel, it's, to be honest, not such a user-friendly item, and I'll show you why. Okay, so let's go with, what I found was I can probably fit at most 2 cards behind each of these folds. So there's 2 here, I can put 2 more here. So what, and yeah, like that. And when I close it, it doesn't have much of an issue. I will put 2 more on the other side here. Notice I kept the middle compartment empty for now, and 2 more in back. So it's 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 cards here. And I can close it without a problem. And it hasn't, there's still a little bit of room, you can tell. Now, if I try to put this card in here, it can work. 1 card is fine, and it still closes. Put another card in here, it starts to get a little bulky. See, before when I zipped it, it had a little bit more room, but now not so much. And I'm actually surprised I stand corrected. I can't fit 10 cards in here. But when I put cash, you can see it peaks up a little bit. So if there's more cash, it can't really fit comfortably without the zipper getting in the way. So sometimes I would have to fold it another time like this. And of course that will add to the width. So if I close it like this, you can see it's even taking up even more space. It can still fit. So I'm actually pleasantly surprised that I can fit all 10 cards in like this. But if I put everything on one side like this, 4 cards on one side, it starts to get a little tight because it's expanding this part and everything else sort of has a knock-on effect. So when I do that, it gets a little difficult to, it stretches these parts out, the little folds. So that's why I always separate it out 2 by 2 like this. And because of the way this is constructed, it's not always the easiest to get stuff in and out. Like you have to remember like what card is behind what card, what's in the middle, what's on the front, and it just gets a little bit hectic with, you have to find something, very quickly. I want to show that you can fit 1 card in the back here like this. I probably would leave it just at 1 because it will get even bulkier and stretch the pocket out. Okay, so pleasantly surprised honestly with this one. So that's my very short comparison video. I hope you found this helpful, especially if you were looking to this card holder and you had this. Thanks everyone. Have a good day. Bye.